to dominate the country, which has always been a bloody business.
But aren't there lessons to be learned from Iraq? Because when Saddam was overthrown, the army was broken up, and there was chaos, and
we absolutely have to avoid encouraging the breakup of the existing governmental structure.
Right. And the army?
And the breakup
Even
of
though
the
they're
army.
Alawites.
But the army, hopefully, ideally one creates a new government. Ideally one has an international conference, brings all the parties together. But they've just been killing each other for years. And so the probable outcome is that you have a civil war that goes on for a while.
And what's the danger of that?
The danger of that is that the terrorist cells form in regions in which there is no real governmental control, so that there's no international responsibility. And also the danger is that in order to overcome it, they will develop a kind of combination of nationalism and Islamism. And even countries like Turkey, for example, will be very uneasy about an autonomous Kurdish unit that might form in Syria, maybe combined with the Kurdish unit that had formed in Iraq.
Right.
So we are going to have, this is going to be a very difficult problem, and it can't be dealt with by simply saying that Democrats on one side and a dictator on the other.
Okay, but do you, because of your experience, let's say to them all, the wisest thing to do is have all the big powers come together and guarantee some kind of something?
That it would be by far the best outcome if the big powers could agree on something.
And should it include Iran? Russia, the U.S., Turkey, for sure, all the Jordan, for sure. I mean, don't you include the bordering countries or not?
I don't think Jordan is strong enough to guarantee anything inside Syria, but Russia, Turkey, and us.
U.S., Russia, Turkey,
ultimately,
China, no China.
If we could come to an understanding with Iran on the nuclear issue, one could include Iran, but one has to see what is that agreement supposed to do? It's supposed to establish a government. It is supposed to make Syria uninvolved in all the quarrels that are going on around its borders, not attempt to dominate Lebanon. And so the dilemma that arises is you can do that with a strong Syrian government. But when you have a weak Syrian government, there's the danger that the various constituent elements will reach across the borders and cannot be controlled by the central government.
If Syria falls and collapses and ends up in amazing possibilities, combinations, but Iran is a loser, assuming Iran is a loser, and it could no longer send weapons to Lebanon.
The collapse of Assad is a setback for Iran.
And does it also a setback for Hezbollah, because it might put an impediment between shipping weapons through Syria to Hezbollah, and Hezbollah therefore will fall?
It depends on how nationalistic the Syrian government will emerge to be. The natural tendency of Damascus is try to control Lebanon. But Hezbollah as an Iranian arm, that will suffer. And that is good for the United States.